Welcome everyone, it's Miss Burke and I'm going to take us through a low back release today. So get into something comfy and let's stretch out. We'll find ourselves on the floor. We'll take our right foot and unstack it so we're not crisscross this way. And your knees might be way up here, that is okay. That's how your body is today. We're going to have our right foot forward, the other one further back, hands on the knees, and we're going to do slow motion torso circles. So we'll slowly tip one way. Keep breathing naturally. So incredibly slow. Try to match my speed. Hands are on the knees to help support. You can even lean back a little bit. Make the circle a little bigger or smaller, and if you feel a little catch, you can hang out there for a second or take a deep breath. We'll do one more time around. And then notice what direction we're going and switch that direction of the circle. The head hang heavy, all the way around. Keep breathing slow and steady. And returning slowly up to center. Take a deep breath in and out. Our right hand on our right knee, the leg that's in front. And we're just using it to keep it grounded. Left hand straight out from the body on the ground and lean. Let everything just tip and fall. So no pressure on the knee. We're just keeping it grounded so it doesn't come up. We want to keep both hip points on the floor. Hang out, surrender, be heavy in the torso, and breathe. And use the arm to help lift us up. Sitting incredibly vertical, we're going to twist and look behind us, looking over that right knee. And eyes are looking behind us. Hand is right by our hips to keep our back straight. So we're actually pushing away from the floor to keep our back vertical and straight. And lastly, we'll tip forward first with a straight back. And then we'll allow our head to kind of hang and our back to curl. Every yoga pose should look different in every person's body. Take a deep breath. And slowly come up. And we'll do the whole thing on the other side. So now our left ankle is in front. Hands on the knees. We'll go one direction at first. Rounding slowly. Try to match my pace. Breathe in. And changing direction of the circle. And last time around. And then back to center. Left hand on left knee, right arm straight out, and then just tipping over letting gravity allow the torso to tip. Big side stretch, psoas stretch. Just surrender. There shouldn't be any pulling. You can slowly lift up. You can use your arm to help. We don't want to force in any of these low back exercises. We want to find just a little bit of stretch. Don't want anything to hurt or strain. Sitting very tall, this hand for support would be our left hand. Other hand's just right in the front and looking behind us. Incredibly vertical through the spine. Even your eyes are looking further and further behind. And slowly release. And then gently looking forward. First with a straight back. And if you'd like, you can allow the back to round a little bit. You can prop yourself up or on a chair. If you bring a chair up close to you, and breathe. And then slowly lifting up. This routine would be excellent to do every single day, what we just did. I'm going to continue on with some more low back exercises. You can do them as a sequence, or you can pick one exercise each day to do. That'd be up to you. But right now I'm going to show you cat and cow pose. So we would come to tabletop pose. Our hands are wide, fingers spread out, and we're pushing, just like you're pushing on a wall. So we're not all kind of bent up. We want to be pushing strong, pulling inner core. And then we connect with our breath. I should look like a table. And now I'm going to look like a cat that's scared on Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my belly button in towards my spine, let my head kind of hang heavy, and let my tailbone tuck under, like a tail tucked between your legs of like a dog that's scared. And then an inhale is going to bring us to a sway back cow pose, where we're just looking gently forward. We don't want to crunch the neck. And we're tipping our tailbone up. So we're getting this huge belly swaying down. So we exhale, inhale. Exhaling, inhale. Exhaling, inhaling, and one more time. You can go to fists if the wrists are hurting instead of hands down, and then return to center. Now we're going to sink into child's pose, which can be extended. The hips can stay high, and the head can come down. Kind of depends on your body. You can also keep your hips down and stack your head. And then we're going to look forward and come onto our belly for Cobra pose. Cobra pose, our hands are right pinned up close and our elbows are pinned in. Our feet are together. And then we root down through the hips. So you're pushing down through the pelvis. And that's what lifts up the head off the floor. Very little weight in the hands. So breathing here. Pressing down through the feet. The kneecaps can even be up off the floor. Strong legs. Very little weight in the hands. And slowly coming down. We'll take our feet wide and tick-tock windshield wipe them side to side to loosen up the back. And we'll press down through the hands to come back up. And we'll take just another moment in child's pose. Resting in child's pose, taking a deep breath. And then we'll find our way onto our back. So on our back, our knees are bent, and we'll take a moment here. This is another great way to release our back, simply called constructive rest. Now we'll bring our heels near our hips. We'll kind of bring our fingers down by our feet. Our head will be straight up, and we'll curl that tailbone again and gently lift up to bridge, hold and breathe, or slowly come down if your body is asking for it. Keeping that tailbone kind of tucked, core pulled in, pressing down through the feet, head is straight up, and then slowly lower down. And then we'll let the feet go wide and take a moment of rest, checking in, closing the eyes. All right, next we'll take our right leg up and we'll keep it bent. And if you'd like to grab behind the thigh or the leg, but we're just going to kick it up towards the ceiling. A lot of low back pain can be because the hamstrings are so tight. We'll just stretch that up for a moment. And then we're going to take this heel and put it on the other knee, like so, for pigeon pose. Pigeon pose helps the hip open. You can stay right here, or you might need to lift it all closer to your body to feel a stretch. Grabbing through the leg that is the left leg, which is not really stretching, it's the right leg that's stretching. So you weave through, can basket weave grip, and pull the whole thing closer in, but we want to keep our hips down on the floor. So we don't want them to come up, we want them down and grounded. Take a deep breath, slow and steady, inhale and exhale. Perhaps we can go a little further in our stretch or need to release a little bit. And as we release, we're going to let this foot come down. Our hand that's on the same side, our right hand, and grab on the outside of our foot. And we're just going to pull that up as high as it'll go today. If you'd like, you can stretch that other leg down. And then we'll straighten it up one more time, straight as it'll go, and lower down. We'll repeat on the other side. So both feet back up, knees bent, left leg goes up, but keep a bend in the knee, and just stretch here for a moment, reaching up through the feet. You can grab behind the leg or here, or just hold the pant leg. Almost like you're pushing the ceiling up and away. Next, we'll tip it, put the ankle on top of the knee, and pull the whole thing in if you need to. It might be enough right here. Otherwise, you can swing in underneath that right leg and pull it all in, only as far as is comfortable. Hips are staying planted, head is resting. Breathe deeply, perhaps stretch a little further or a little less. And we'll slowly lower down and allow that leg to push up one more time. And grab behind the leg and stretch the other leg out. And we'll grab the outside of the foot and pull the knee up towards the armpit. This leg can stay bent and planted or all the way out. And we're pulling that knee up towards the armpit, towards the floor, really opening up the hips. And then we'll slowly release that. Take a moment with the knees bent. You can let the knees tip together, feet a little wide. Arms can be wherever you're comfortable. And take a deep breath in and out. Last thing for our back, with our feet planted about hip width, we'll just let both knees tip over to the right and look a little bit to the left. You can switch your legs around to be more comfortable if you want. If there's anything you feel like you need to do. If you want a much deeper stretch, take your right ankle and put it on top of the other knee, and it'll pull this down. You'll get kind of an outer side body stretch here. Just a thought. Then we'll bring both feet back up, and we'll tip both knees the other way. Again, feet are hip width, and we're just tipping them over, letting them fall, let gravity take them, or potentially putting that other foot, which would be your left heel, up on top of your right hip to get a side stretch here. Arms are out at a T, gaze is straight up, or maybe looking away from the feet. We'll drop that down. And finally, we'll do a little rest here in constructive rest with our feet about a little wider than hip width, knees tipped in, arms, palms face up. You can kind of draw your shoulder blades back and down so your shoulder blades are closer to your hips. Helps your shoulders relax, neck relax. And now let's find stillness. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, stretching the ribs, filling the belly so it rises up and away because the breath is so full. And the exhale is gently releasing everything, all the tension, all the day's concerns. And we'll slowly tip over to one side and gently lift ourselves up to a seated position. Thank you for doing yoga with me. Namaste.